Shalom, this brother Kapaya Yah with a very quick lesson before I head to work at 7:39. Got to be at work at 8, so this might last a good 5, 6, 7 minutes. So let me get into it. Matthew 5, verse 38, 39. Ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the the other also. Now let me go back, Matthew 5 and 38. Ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So that meaning, if someone did any harm to you, you can go back and do harm to him. If someone unalived one of your animals or one of your family members, then you can go unalive one of his animals or one of his family members, right? But down here at 39, but I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him turn to him the other also. Now let me just go ahead and sometime when you read it in another translation, like NLT, you get a better understanding. So just bear with me right quick. Let me go to it. And this is talking about teaching. Well, it's really talking about what I'm trying to hit at is it's not pertaining to your brothers that are in the truth. If your brother hits you, you don't take revenge on your brother. You figure out what the issue is. And pray to the Lord about the situation. See, can we get this here, taken care of. Now, I'm not saying, just don't be a puncher dummy. Hey, one day you might have to. Hey, brother, I'm have to do something to you. I done let you get away with it one time. Now, hey, don't. I'm just saying. But anyway, it says here. Let me read it in the NLT. I'm gonna start over again. 38. Ye have heard the law that say the punishment must match the injury, an eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody injured or underlive your beast, your animal, whatever, then the same have to happen to that man, beast or animal, or whatever he have. Or somebody underlive your family member, the same got to be towards his family member. They were saying for eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. And 39 said, but I say, do not resist any evil person. If someone slap you on the right cheek, offer the other cheek also. So that's pertaining to the brothers that are in your truth. You see what the situation is. You don't see what's wrong with that brother. Did I offend you? And if you didn't offend him, then it got to be something done about it. Because you assaulted that brother. Now you gonna have to forgive. You gonna have to go to that brother and ask him, tell him that can you please forgive me, and there's nothing wrong with giving alms or helping a brother clean his yard or whatever, but this right here is for turning the other cheek, is talking about your brother. It ain't talking about the world. Now however you do it with the wicked, with the heathen or whatever, that's on you. If you want to pray to the Lord and put a curse on him and not do anything, to that heathen or that wicked man, Esau, you know, hey, do what the Heavenly Father put the Spirit in you to do, you know, before putting a curse on your brother or retaliating on your brother or whatever. No, just, you know, just talk with the brother, and if you can't get nothing worked out with the brother, then you go, you know, I guess, you know, to the elders or whatever, and then you take it up to the Lord and let the Lord work it out. Now, like I said, you know, just, you know, I know we supposed to be, you know, thinking in the flesh. I mean, and not the flesh, but in the spirit. You know, the Heavenly Father, you know, he's our number one venger. He's going to take care of that. But also, the Heavenly Father, you know, he's not going to let you just continue being a punching bag by this brother neither, because you won't have to. You know, you gave the brother one chance, maybe two chances. Then after a while, the Heavenly Father might put the Spirit in you to, you know, to get that brother off of you. And then, you know, eventually he's going to have to be put out the camp. You know, now this just me speaking as a man. I never was in a camp or anything like that. But, you know, though it's protocol, you know, for everything, you know. So this Matthew 5:38 and 39, when you know, when Christians, you know, read it, you know, they think about where, you know, that's anybody just come hit you, whatever, you turn up. No, you a fool. No, it's not even referring for the whole world. It's just referring to brothers that are in the truth. Not even 2/3 of Israel. It's not even referring to them. If a 2/3 brother hits you, you have the right to hit him back. If a wicked Edomite man come and hit you, you got the right to hit him back. If a low life heathen, Indian, African, or whatever, you know, come and hit you, you got the right to hit them back. But if it's your brother that y'all fight together, and when I mean spiritually fight together on the Sabbath, you out there on the highway and byway, you know, telling your people, you know, that Isaiah 58:1, telling your people, let me just go to it. Come on, what just happened here? Bear with me. Isaiah 58:1. See, the Lord told, you know, brothers, you know, to go out there in the highway and byway, right? You know, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. So, you know, your brother that you spiritually fight with, you know, if he do harm to you, you know, and I'm gonna say this here, it just depends on how much harm he do to you, too. You know, if it's a hit in the face, a slap in the face, or whatever, you know, and you know, don't get me wrong, that's kind of hard to, you know, to swallow. But if this brother just, you know, just wearing on you, you know, you might have to defend yourself, and you know, not to, you know, hurt him severely or whatever, but to get him off of you, because a demon jumped on this man to do this. Then, you know, like I said, follow protocol. Go to the, you know, camp head, and if you can't get it worked out through that, then go to, you know, the apostles, you know, and most definitely take it up to the Lord, because the Lord put a spirit in that brother to act that way. But if it's, you know, something, you know, y'all arguing over some minute, then all of a sudden he just hit you, whatever, you know, and you like, hey man, I mean, you know, what just happened? What's the deal? You know? And if that brother, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying it depends on the situation. You know, like I said, if you cornered in the corner somewhere, and this brother got a knife, you know, and like I said, I'm not trying to be, you know, facetious or anything like that. You might have to You're going to have to defend yourself to get him off of you. That's what I'm saying. But for Matthew 5 and 39 is only talking about, if your brother offend you, and he hit you on the right cheek or whatever. Now, I'm not saying, to turn and let him get you on your left cheek. No, you get away from him, but you don't take revenge out on your brother. You see what's wrong with your brother. You go to the head camp. I'm not in a camp, but if a brother that I know, let's say if I go up to Kansas City or whatever, and one of the brothers, slap me whatever or hit me or whatever, I'm not going to be too quick to want to retaliate. I go ahead and take it to the head camp, and then I take it up to the Lord. But if it happened again, then I might have to do something. I mean, that's just what it is. Not saying to be, anybody floor mat. No, you follow protocol, and you stay away from that brother, until he get his mind right, and until he apologize, or he help you on some project at home, or send arms or money or whatever, however he want to do it, But again, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record, it's only talking about the brother that are in the truth. You don't revenge or hurt, your brother. You try to keep peace all the time with your brother, and that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and get myself ready. I got 10 minutes, and hopefully this was edifying. See you on next lesson. Shalom.